Hi, my name is Connie Cotter, and I want to talk to you a little bit today and see if you can resonate with some of the stories I'm going to share. If you were like me, I'm going to say 8, maybe 10 years ago, I was thriving. I had a great marriage. Well, I still do. My husband makes me laugh every day. And I had been progressing in my corporate career. And my kids were teenagers, so we experienced some of the same teenage stuff that happens. And so overall, my life was really good. And I this went on for many years where I just had this niggling feeling like I'm happy, but should I be happier? I'm like, there's really nothing wrong. It just felt like something was missing. And I don't know about you, but I started personal development, was the thing, I guess, to do. And so I would read books. I listened to podcasts. I bought some courses, to help with my mindset. I learned about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset and how our thoughts can lead, and impact our behaviors and our actions and all of these things. And nothing quite seemed to fit or to fill the void. And I found myself saying, I should be happier. I feel like something's missing, and I don't know what it is. And so one of the things that happened was I could see the writing on the wall. Let me back up just a little bit. So in my corporate career after I graduated college, and of course hindsight is 2020, so I can totally tell you this story now from looking back. I didn't realize it at the time. So graduating from college, I got my first corporate career. Interesting thing about that one was that I interviewed. I spent a whole day interviewing with different people at this organization in different departments. Felt really good about my interview. It was solid. It was in the science space. And I was actually offered a job by a manager in a department that I didn't interview with. So I thought that was kind of weird. But I was new out of college and I wanted my first job out of school. So I'm like, sure. And so I took that job and then progressed in there. That's when I was a scientist, a chemist, and progressed. And hey, Connie, we need some help down in this department. You want to move over here? And I'm like, sure. And what I'm calling that now is drifting. I went, an opportunity was presented and I drifted over there. And I really did that for many, many years, 10 to 15 years of my corporate career. And it led me to becoming a consultant. And so then I was going all over the place. I liked that, meeting different people. That's how I got into business analysis, helping different organizations optimize their business processes. I would work with one organization and then someone from that organization would go to a new organization and they'd be like, hey, Connie, we have an opportunity for a business analyst. Want to come over here? So I would drift over there. And so this went on and on. And then in one of my last places, um, there was an acquisition and I wasn't formally told, but I could see the writing on the wall that my my role was being moved. I no longer was going to be able to be a business analysis practice manager, which I loved at the time. And so I ventured out to look for a new job. And what I realized was for the first time in my professional career, I was going to have to really interview for a job other than the one way back after I graduated from college. And a really scary thing happened where I didn't know what made me excellent. I didn't know. I'd received promotions. Like I said, I moved from organization because people recruited me. I was given high profile projects within organizations. I received compliments, from clients and from project teams and leadership. But when I thought about having to interview and to sell myself to another organization, it was kind of scary. I didn't know. And I think that kind of led into this missing piece because I didn't know what made me me. I hired a career coach, a job search coach, who totally changed my whole perspective on interviewing and looking for a new career. We had a spreadsheet of different attributes that mattered to me. What was I looking for in my next job? And that kind of struck me funny because usually it's like, what is the organization looking for to fill that role? So that individual, that coach was the first time that helped me to put me, Connie, at the focus. What did I want from my next opportunity? Who did I want to work with? What sort of environment did I want? What challenges did I want? What things did I not want? Long story short, I actually turned down two job offers that would have paid me very nice money because it didn't align with what mattered to me. So that's first thing. I'd found a job. It was amazing. Loved it in my corporate space. It aligned with all of those attributes and characteristics that were really important to me. But there was still something missing. And in March, let's go back February of 2020, before the world shut down, I stumbled into a group coaching session that was called Certified High Performance Coaching. I didn't know what that meant. Um, the only coaches I really knew were, okay, there was this career search coach, but then there's, sport golf coach or volleyball coach and those sorts of things, leadership coach. So I wasn't really sure what certified high performance coaching was. And so I joined this free call. It was a group, and the coach provided some frameworks and then started asking questions, different questions that nobody had ever asked before. And it really got me thinking and connected to me. What did I want? What mattered to me? Not my role as a wife or a mother, not my role as the business analysis practice manager or quality assurance lead or community member or whatever it happened to be, but me, Connie. And so that led to a discovery call, which led to me signing up to be a client of Certified High Performance Coaching. So April of 2020, the world shut down in March, and I started working with my certified high performance coach. Within 1 to 2 of these 1 hour sessions, this individual got me to open up. It wasn't that hard. She just asked really good questions. And I was looking for an answer because I felt I should have been able to figure this out on my own. I was smart, intelligent, corporately successful, happy in my marriage, good with my children. Why couldn't I figure out what was missing in my life? I needed that external support, my own certified high performance coach. So within just a couple of sessions, I was like, this is amazing. And some little niggle in the back of my brain said, you need to do this. You need to become a coach. So I'm still working with my own certified high performance coach. That's 6 years later because life and transformation is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. Let me ask you a question. Do you have the same intentions and goals? Are you the same person that you were 3, 6, 9 months ago, even a year ago? Life circumstances keep changing. You keep evolving and growing. Or maybe you're staying the same. Maybe you're a little stuck trying to do this on your own. Again, I'm just going to jump forward. I went through the program, the series of research-backed curriculum. It felt like it was uniquely written for me. I could bring whatever was on my mind into a given session. My coach listened, supported, held me accountable. Just a little joke. When I was asked what kind of coach did I want like the cheerleading, the uber supportive, the encouraging, or did I want the give it to me straight? I'm here to make a change in my life. And my answer was, I want them to give it to me straight. Give it to me straight. I'm ready to make changes. And when I really need the support and the encouragement, be gentle with me. And I had to tell you, over these 6 years, I have worked with three amazing certified high performance coaches. Each one brought their own uniqueness. Each one has helped me open up in different ways and continue on my transformation journey. So, uh, 5 years ago, when I completed the program, I became a certified high performance coach. I went through the certification training, and on day 2.5 out of the week-long training series, I believe it was divine grace or calling that this is what I am meant to do on this earth. I loved supporting my business teams, helping them to make their business processes, what they did day to day, more efficient, cut out the waste, and maybe make it a little fun. We had long workshops. Sometimes I would bring in candy and toys, and we would laugh and have little lightness. And what I've learned about myself over this journey is that what was missing for me was my connection to joy, pure, authentic joy. And for me, joy is different than being happy. Remember, I said that I was happy with my life, and shouldn't I be happier? And over my journey in transformation and becoming a coach and working with my clients, I define happiness as something tied to an event. Can have a bowl of ice cream, and I am happy when I'm eating it. And I will admit I'm a little sad when it's gone. I spend time with my friends. We're around a campfire, or we're going on ATV rides or motorcycle rides, and I'm happy. I'm seeing the scenery. I'm hanging out with my friends. And then it's over. The happiness fades. Joy, this thing inside of me, it's my choice. I get to bring it every single day. That's what was missing from me. Let me step back and talk to you about the things I was feeling before I found working with a coach. Like I said, I didn't know what made me successful, and that was really scary. I could rely on the external sources and the feedback and the comments and the promotions. But when I looked inward, it felt like I was doing the same thing day in and day out. But what was that? I realized as I was looking at the different career opportunities, as I drifted from one to the next, I had gotten bored. And God, in His divine timing, just gave me these new opportunities to move into. Do you ever feel bored at work? What used to be exciting, what used to get you motivated and excited to show up for the day, to work with your people, to lead your people wherever you happen to be in that space. And now it's just, eh. Maybe you're not sleeping well. Maybe you toss and turn. Maybe your mind races. Maybe you're an executive who's always on. Clients call you, text you, morning, noon, and night, weekends. Do you always answer those texts or answer those calls? Feeling like you can't take a break, can't step away? Client comes first, right? Customer's always right. But what about you? How are you taking care of yourself? Are you exercising? Are you eating well? Are you drinking enough water? Back when I was in, these 8 to 10 years ago that I've been telling you about, I went to the gym every day. Well, 5 days a week, maybe six. So I was doing all the stuff. And I knew that the exercise really helped with stress. And when I didn't go, I felt stressed more, but I wasn't getting the benefits because I think I was under stress trying to relieve the stress. How is your relationships? The relationship with your spouse, with your children, if you have them, relationships with your coworkers, with your friends. Is there tension? Is there ease? Do you make time for true connection with those relationships that matter to you? Are you fully present? Or are you just got your phone close so close that if that client needs something, you got to jump into that? What about those important relationships? Are you a problem solver? Is that one of the things that makes you successful? Is this niggling feeling that something's missing a problem that you just haven't been able to solve on your own yet? Are you the person who shows up all the time for everyone else, helping this person, helping that person, taking on this assignment, working those extra hours, thinking that it's going to help you move forward, which it might. Somebody's watching. But is that what you really want? Is that what you really want? Are you living for yourself, getting yourself to the best possible place you can be, and then sharing that fullness with others? Is there fear? Have you thought about making these shifts, doing some transformation work, going a little deeper and figuring out what matters to you? And then does fear creep in? What if I switch? You're like, Connie, I'm in my mid 50s. I'm in my early 50s. I'm in my 60s, wherever you happen to be. I've been doing my thing for a long time. I know my stuff. And if I switch, is that starting over? What if I'm not successful there? What does success mean to you? What does success mean to you? Not what the world says successful, not what social media says successful, not what all of that external, your parents, your friends, your family, your children. What does success, health, high performance mean to you? Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? I'm doing my thing, same thing, day after day. I'm getting it done. I'm showing up. I'm not showing off. I'm not lagging behind. How does that feel? Don't you want to be more? How many times has somebody asked you, how are you doing today? You say, I'm fine. I like to put fine in quotation marks. And I'm not going to say what I believe most people know fine can be an acronym for. But are you really fine? Fine is something that I think is not the most fulfilling. I think people want to be fulfilled. And so, how can we move from fine to fulfilled? Maybe you don't even know where to start. Maybe all of this work, all of this information, all of these things that are missing is so much that you just don't know. And that's totally okay too. You are smart. You are intelligent. You are successful. You are capable. And you are courageous. And you don't have to do this all alone. I want to offer you the opportunity to work with a guide like me, a guide who is going to ask the right questions, the deep questions, the questions that are going to make you think differently. I gave you permission to pause and ask those hard questions in a safe space. And you know the best thing? You already have the answers. You do. They're all inside of you. It's just you've been working so hard trying to keep everything together for everyone else that you haven't taken the time with support, someone who believes 100% in the value that you have to bring and that you were graced with to give to this world. You can totally do it. You have the answers. Let's discover them together.